All right. So I don't really plan on being here for a while, so hopefully some of y'all will catch this. It should be pretty short because I just wanted to say this, right? I find it very interesting that you have some things that that went through, right? During the pandemic, the United States government stated that they could not it was not obtainable for them to give out. I mean, well, I'm sorry, before the pandemic, the United States government and the people of the United States basically said in unison, it's impossible for us to even give that much money. We don't have it. We're in so much debt. Where forever will we find that money? Yada yada yada, right? Making up a whole bunch of excuses on why it is that they wouldn't be able to give reparations. And oddly enough, when the pandemic showed up, that money that they stated that they didn't have, they seemingly found that money directly overnight. Seemingly overnight. And magically, all of those that were against reparations, they were completely silent on how it is that the United States government was able to find this money, right? And then, everybody pretty much forgot about all of that and they were just focused on the pandemic for about, a good 2 years, right? And people were pretty much focused on, hey, those stimulus checks. But the most interesting thing about it is, even with that amount of money going out and people supposed to be getting that money, um, yeah, a lot of people still didn't readily see that money every single month. A lot of states made that pretty short. The government made that pretty short. The main people that were able to get a lot of that money was government entities themselves. You have businesses that were able to get that money, and of course, the scammers who were also able to get that money by doing fraudulent activity, by trying to say that they owned a business and they really did not own a business at all. So then we're just going to move past that, right? So then we still have the talks about reparations, taking place after the pandemic. People still said that that's an astronomical number. Where did you guys come up with that number? Yet again, how would you think that the United States government will be able to come up with this money? There's a whole bunch of people now talking about, oh, but these groups of people were in the same constraints as black people. Black people weren't the only ones that went through this, and yada yada yada. What about these people? They deserve it first before y'all even get anything. Again, this is what takes place when black people decide to step forward and start letting it be known like, yo, you're going to pay us. You owe us some money. This is when other people want to start showing themselves, showing their face, and they want to act as though the same ones that are quote unquote for black people that take part of black culture, they're the same ones that show their face and show that, hey, I'm not really for black people. I'm just for liking the culture and yada yada yada, right? So then we move on to this, right? Where Biden decides that he wants to pledge 55 billion to African nations. 55 billion. And a lot of people are going to be like, well, they're just pledging that money. That doesn't mean that that's a form of reparations or anything of that step. No problem. This is what Biden said during that dinner. He said, the deep and profound connection that forever binds Africa and the United States together. We remember the stolen men and women and children who were brought to our shores in chains, subjected to unimaginable cruelty. My nation's original sin was that period. We honor their descendants who our generations have, for generations, have helped build this country and propel it to higher heights, leading the charge, blazing new trails, and forging a better future for everyone in America. Now, just in case a lot of people might be slow and don't understand exactly what that means, that was the President of the United States admitting to slavery. That was the president of the United States, a sitting president, admitting that, hey, we did have a hand in this. We did, take a lot of these people. We did buy them, what have you, however people want to say it. Like, hey, Africans, they sold their own people and the yada. That's great. Okay, no problem. Great. So Africans sold their people, and the United States took part in that auction and decided to buy up those people when they didn't need to. They could have very easily got their people from Europe and brought them directly over to the United States and made all of them work the land. But that's not what they wanted to do. So here we have a sitting president, Caucasian male, Biden, deciding to state that, yo, we did this. Funny how a lot of those people that like to state that, oh, slavery didn't exist, it didn't happen, this, that, and the third. You guys are always talking about the past. Why is it that when Biden brings this up and he's giving money to African countries, that magically all of y'all shut up? Ain't none of y'all saying nothing. Ain't none of y'all saying that this never happened, that this don't exist. Stop talking about the past. Where is all of these people at? More so, especially, I'm not even worried about the Caucasian entities because I already know what it is. Where are all of these black people that always try to get on social media telling other black people, oh, stop focusing on reparations. Don't worry about reparations. That's just a handout. Stop asking for this. Stop asking for that. Pull yourselves up by your bootstraps and yada, yada, yada. Where are all of those black people? Where are all of those black people that continuously say, like, oh, well, if they were to give reparations, you can sign me out. I'm not going to sit up there and take it because I'm American. I'm not a victim. I don't focus on the past, yada, 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 right? All of those quote unquote black people that like to come through and say that as if they are the spokesperson for black people out here. They want to pull a Van Jones. They want to decide to pull a Van Jones directly on this. I'm just trying to figure out, where are they all at when Biden is basically handing over a form of reparations to African countries? Where they at? Where's all that outspokenness? Where is it at? Because I don't hear it. And this is going to show a lot of black people that everybody who looks like you ain't for you. Everybody who looks like you, especially for sure, does not represent you either. Because a lot of these same individuals are working in tandem with the United States government and also with the Europeans in order to make sure that black people don't, get the things that they deserve. They're fine with everybody else getting it. That's what they're telling you. They're fine with everybody else getting it. They're fine with the United States government giving money to the Ukraine, due to everything that's taking place. Completely fine with that, right? No problem. No problem. And everybody's fine with the United States government giving African nations billions of dollars in the form of, in a sense, reparations due to the fact of slavery for their hand of which they had, right? And then everybody was fine with the federal government's response when it came to pulling out about what, $4.5 trillion, if not a little bit more, when it dealt with the pandemic. Everybody was completely fine with that. But everybody want to open their mouth when it comes to the talks of potentially the United States government giving money to black Americans that have suffered since the inception of this country. Amazing. Amazing. You, like I said, you can't make this up. You literally cannot make this up. Like I said, where's Fox News at? Where's Fox News at? Because I could have sworn they had a segment where they had one black dude up there and everybody else is Caucasian, one dude with a wrestling belt, whatever it was, and they were all sitting there talking about reparations. I'm like, what is happening right now? Just because you, like I said, just exit that black dude out of here. I don't even know what that was. Just have a panel of all of y'all talking about reparations. And then wanting to mention, oh, well, I have some Irish, and some Scottish ancestry, they were, slaves. No, they weren't. They were, that's indentured servitude. They worked for a little bit of time, basically earn, and they're good. That's it. That's it. And then the craziest conversation that comes up is that a lot of people want to try to speak on how it is that Black Americans are going to spend this money, especially other black people. And I'm like, where do you come from? Because if any other group of people were to get money, you're not going to be worried about how it is that they're going to spend that money. Because the most interesting thing about this is the fact that if black people were to actually get, right, this form of reparations, then that means that the money that they spend is going to go right back into the American economy, which means that it's going to boost up a lot of those businesses, which means that it's good for the economy. But it's funny how people are against trying to give money to black people, and you know that black people are just going to spend it on the things that they want to spend it on. How is it possible that when a talk of reparations takes place, everybody want to try to be in black people's pockets and talk about black people's spending habits? That's the craziest thing in life, because let me sit up there and show you something about spending habits, right? Because everybody wants to be worried about how it is that black people are going to spend money. Let's just look at this, right? So in these two images that you see in front of you, right? Some people might not be old enough to remember what took place on September 11th, but this is, in a sense, a thing that took place, right? September 11th, where is the missing $2.3 trillion, right? Because before September 11th happened, you had in a sense, a government conference where those in the government decided to state that, yo, we lost track of some money. We don't really know what happened with that money. So we're going to perform an inquiry about that money against ourselves and try to figure out, where that money went, right? And then, lo and behold, things, just took a turn. It's just a coincidence. It's a coincidence, right? Just a coincidence. So then that was back during, September 11th, right? When World Trade Center 7 fell, when the Pentagon got hit, and all of that stuff, right? So then we forget about all of that. Let's look towards the future. Look towards the future, right? So here we are in December of 2022, and there's an article that reads the Pentagon fails to track 2.1 trillion in assets. Everybody's worried about black people spending money in their spending habits, but nobody's worried about how it is that Caucasian individuals, the reflective majority, are spending Americans' money. Ain't that something? The people that's supposed to have the best interest of the American people, of the American public, are the exact same individuals who suffer from the ability to not being able to manage money. But y'all got the audacity and the nerve to be focused on and worried about how it is that black people are spending their money. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? Like I said before, a lot of the people that always want to talk about how it is that black people are going to spend this money, they never want to talk about how the government misuses and spends money every single day. It's ridiculous. But everybody got their mouth open talking about, oh, black people are going to misuse it. They're going to be buying this. They're going to be buying that. They're going to be buying this. They're going to be buying it. Yeah, they will. They got that right to. It's their money. You don't get to police how it is that people spend their money. Do you hear people trying to police how it is that you can spend your paycheck? Oh, I forgot. Yeah, they are. I forgot the United States government is trying to work on ways to police how people are spending money. Matter of fact, I actually brought you guys a video showcasing that, where you have individuals. Yo, what's up, Pink? What is happening? What is going on? What is going on? Yo, the gentleman, what is up? What is up? What is up? Said, please confirm, isn't Biden's ancestors slave owners? I cannot say for certain. I think something was mentioned. Like I said, I think. I can't confirm or deconfirm. But if my memory serves me correctly, I want to say I remember some mutters or some mentions, either by way of Biden himself or other individuals basically stating that. So, as always, I would not be too shocked. We can look at the forefathers. This is exactly, what they were into. They were into talking about freedom, but they also made sure to have those slaves on deck. They had them on deck. Pete said, not much. I just saw that you were live and did not receive a notification. How are you? I'm doing pretty good. I know at this moment in time y'all not receiving notifications, and that's because YouTube is actually playing around with the channel. Because one of my videos had an influx of people basically coming to the platform, and once it started getting a little bit too high up there, YouTube was like, yeah, we got to turn this down. We gotta take this off of the front page. We gotta stop giving notifications to this. We gotta stop pushing this out to a lot of people. So again, this is to yet again show YouTube likes to play with black content creators channels, because the most interesting thing is I've had a huge influx of people actually subscribing to the platform. And even with that huge, and I'm talking about just within roughly about a week, a little bit over a week, right? A large amount of people subscribe to the platform. And yet you clearly see the live stream says that we only got 10 people. We only got 10 people. So, like I said before, like I said, I'm pretty sure they got some YouTube people watching the stream as well in the background. Like I said, like, yo, it is, people already know what it is. People already know what it is. So, at the end of the day, YouTube is going to be the reason that, they end up suffering um, when it comes to other competitors coming along, and, people start fluctuating over to different places. It's only so long that you can be king. And that's normally how everything works. Like I said, we saw the .com era. We saw everybody that rose during that time, and then everybody that fell, and everything that was left. We saw the whole era of, MySpace and different things. We saw all of those platforms are doing great, and we see where all of those platforms are right now. So now we're in like the Facebook and all of these other eras right now. The same exact thing is going to sit up there and happen. What was great at one point in time is not going to be great within like the next decade. Like I said, this is a whole brand new avenue, a whole brand new world. The best thing that YouTube can sit up there and do is stop messing with channels. They can just stop messing with channels. So like I said, again, to the 12 people that's watching, because obviously all I got is 12 people, that are associated with with this channel. Much love and appreciation to y'all for even showing up or even checking to see if I was live. Again, my apologies for y'all not knowing that I'm even live. Like I said, don't matter what I do, what I post. YouTube will figure out a way to make sure to let y'all know that I'm not live. To let y'all know that, hey, Seiji is live, but we're going to make sure to pretty much hide this away from y'all. Like I said, if I got an influx of, let's just say a conservative number. If I got an influx of over 500 people that just subscribe to the platform, it is impossible. It is literally impossible for me to only reach 13 people for a live stream. Again, if anybody makes it this far, this is like what, almost 19 minutes in a video. Again, this is just stamp this. This is further proof of how it is that YouTube plays with black content creator platforms. But I promise you, when I need to get notifications dealing with other content creators who ain't black, oh, I get those notifications. They make sure to sit up there and let me know. They send those directly straight to my phone. Let me let you know. They make sure to send those out. Because the funniest thing is I'm subscribed to my own platform. And YouTube don't even give me notifications. Ain't that something? That's the craziest part. That is the craziest part. I'm subscribed to my own platform. And YouTube, by way of my other channel, YouTube don't even give me notifications. Woo! But anyways, let me get back to what I was stating. The main point of this whole video other than showcasing the nonsense for YouTube, is the fact of the matter is that everybody wants to focus on black people's spending habits, but when it comes to the Caucasians, the pagans, the Europeans, when it comes to them and how it is that they manage America's money, everybody is silent, especially the black Republicans that always want to be against reparations for black people. They're fine with reparations for everybody else. So you can give it to people of the islands. You can give it to the Asians, which they did do. I want to say either early this year or last year. They gave Asian Americans a form of reparations. Native Americans been getting reparations for a minute. You got people of the J community. Gotta sit up there and say it a certain way, right? You got people of the J community who have been getting reparations, even though the United States did not have a part in what it is that took place, over yonder in Europe. They didn't have, any type of thing with that. Um, the Japanese and so on have also been given forms of reparations. Then even going back to the days of slavery, right? Slave masters who had slaves that were hurt or could not realistically perform their duties as they were supposed to ended up getting a form of reparations for either damaged goods or for the fact of that slave being erased, either by way of their own hand because they wanted more money, or by way of, I guess natural causes that you could say. So pretty much everybody on the face of this continent, this continent, one way or another, has received some type of form of reparations. The only group of people who have not received a form of reparations is Black Americans. And yet again, everybody who has received reparations is against Black Americans getting those reparations. Somebody has to ask the question, why is that? If you've gotten your money and your people are completely fine, then what is wrong with Black Americans getting this money? What is up with all of these excuses, all of these deflections as to say, oh, well, they shouldn't get that money because these people deserve it first. They shouldn't get their money because we're all Americans. And if they get money and they're considered Americans, then all Americans should get reparations. But yet all Americans did not suffer and go through slavery, just like all Black people did not suffer and go through slavery. So again, why should Black people receive reparations? These are the arguments that they like to make and state. But where was that same argument when Biden gave $55 billion to African countries? That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking. Where was that all of the argument, all of the talk from everybody? Where was all of that when the United States government gave $55 billion to African countries? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And again, if we want to talk about money mismanagement, then let's sit up there and talk about money mismanagement. The first step is, where is the money from September 11th? And again, in December of 2022, how does the Pentagon yet again fail to keep track of another $2.1 trillion? How? But yet again, I don't hear anybody talking. I don't hear nobody trying to research that. Where the fact checkers at? Matter of fact, where are they at? Where's the fact checkers? Because anytime it deals with something that Black people are doing or supposed to be doing, all this other type of stuff, magically the fact checkers come around and say, oh, we factually checked this and none of this money is actually missing. Fact checker, checked. Right? But again, the government just gave away billions of dollars of taxpayer money to an African country. Last time I checked, somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, right? African countries are ruled by Africans. I mean, even though behind the scenes, Europe and China and a lot of others are pretty much, running stuff in the background and all this other type of stuff. But for I'm just talking about specifically face value wise. African countries are ran by African people. So why is the United States government giving $55 billion to African countries? Couldn't we have used that $55 billion to, you know, pull up, as they say, pull up, the black communities, build schools in the black communities, teach, different trades, open up trade schools, bring back factory jobs, empower, help to bail out a lot of the homeowners that might be going through debt because of a variety of things that took place during the pandemic. Couldn't that 55 billion been used in a variety of black communities to help out those black people that pay their taxes, that are homeowners, that have families, that have kids that need to go through school? Maybe some families might need a brand new car. Not saying that they need a 2020, but something that basically runs, getting them from point A to point B. Maybe the black communities need help fixing dilapidated buildings, revitalizing the area, fixing up a lot of areas. Why couldn't that 55 billion be used to help the black community? But yet a lot of the people that want to talk about reparations, they don't want to talk about how that 55 billion could have been used for that. But let black people get reparations, and now people want to have their mouth open. Now they want to start calculating. Now they want to start looking at how black people be spending. Now they want to be looking at where black people are putting this, that, and the third. Like I said, at the end of the day, if black people ever get reparations, people can spend their money on whatever they want to. If that means that a lot of black people want to go out there and buy a Benz, go out there and buy a Benz. Go out there and do it. You want to sit up there and buy some Gucci and Louis? Go out there and do it. I have no problem with it, because at the end of the day, I'm looking at it as those people that want to spend their money on that stuff. That's fine. You're going to help the economy keep running and turning. No problem. Go ahead and do you. I'm worried about, and I'm looking towards the ones that's going to hold that money, and they're going to try to like divvy that up so that they can flip that money and turn it into something else, turn it into something greater. Those are the people that I'm worried about. Those are the people that I'm looking at, because those are people that are different from everybody else. And the main thing that a lot of these people that's against reparations are not telling you, the reason why they're focused on black community as a whole, is because they're looking at the ones, and they know that there's a lot of black people out there that might not throw their money back out into the economy. That's the main thing that they're afraid of. They don't want black people just holding on to this money. If they 100% knew that black people are going to be reckless with their money, and as soon as they get it the first day, they're going to spend it within that first month, and it's going right back to the economy, they would have no problem giving reparations. They have a problem giving it because they know that there's a nice portion of black people that's not going to be so ready to just throw that money directly away. They're fine with innocence just sitting directly on that money. They're fine with trying to invest and buy up land. They're fine with trying to, get those tax breaks that they don't tell you about, where it is if you have land, right? And then you have a business on that land, right? And then you have, let's say, cattle directly on that land, right? To my knowledge, some people can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm just going by what it is that I saw Rick Ross do. But that makes the land and the things on that land, in a sense, you don't have to worry about taxes. Like I said, if you pay attention to what a lot of these black celebrities are doing, they're telling you stuff without actually telling you. Because the thing that you got to understand is that a lot of these black celebrities, if they give you the direct answer, they in a sense get penalized or they get in trouble in some type of way. But if they tell you without telling you, then it's completely fine and dandy. They can't get penalized, because they know at the end of the day, if people know, they know. If people don't, they don't. So the overall majority of black people are not going to really peep what it is that a lot of these black celebrities are basically putting out there on social media and directly telling them. Like I said, Rick Ross did a multitude of videos showing black people stuff. Like I said, the black community can disagree with rappers and all these other types of things. We cannot like, the music and yada, 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 right? But when they put things out there, this is the time for you to actually critically think. because a lot of people, get too emotional when it comes into rap music and everything like that. They don't want to actually look at the real world value of things that are actually being placed outside of that music, the things that these artists are actually doing that can help to empower Black people, that can have them have a greater understanding of finances, of their money, of where to place their money, on how to save their money, how to allocate money, how to divide money. Like I said, they got Black people so jacked up right now that the moment in time that we see a rap artist, they're like, oh, I don't like him because he said this, he did this, and all this other type of stuff. But when you look on their social media and see what it is that they're doing, what is it that they're doing? What is it that they're. The funny thing is, PG, I spoke about Akon before. I spoke about Akon before on a multitude of ways, actually. And one of the main things that I spoke on before, people talked about the money that he got, and they were like, "Well, that's not really his money. He got that from Asians." All right, no problem. And a lot of China got a lot of money from the United States, and you saw what China did, right? So what's the problem? So he took that money and he's going to, in a sense, build his own city by the time 2030 something rolls up. And Akon basically stated, and he's going to have his own currency called the A coin. That's what's going to be used as the main currency in that country. But like I said before, a lot of Black people not paying attention. There, and I keep telling people this. Like I said, regardless on, and I completely understand as somebody who went through, church and everything like that. I completely understand the fear. I completely understand the things that people will directly state, the passages they'll pull out the Bible, like, oh, and the Bible says this about digital currency, and it says this is the mark of the beast, yada yada. No problem. No problem. No problem. Like I said, I'm not here to argue. I'm just here to say if you technically got a bank account, your money been digital. So you already have the mark of the beast. You're carrying that bad boy in your wallet. Because the United States dollar ain't even real. It's digital. It's been digital technically for the longest time possible, and it ain't been backed by gold or silver for the longest time possible either. So explain to me, what exactly do you got? And on the back of that bad boy, it says, "In God we trust." What God is that? You know what God you believe in, but what God is the United States government telling you that we all trust in? Because I promise you, it's two different guys they talking about. So again, for anybody that, want to feel a certain type of way about, digital anything, cryptocurrency, it's the mark of the beast or the devil, you've already been messing with the devil. You already been messing with the mark of the beast. If you're using United States currency, that's what that is. If you got a bank account, your money been digital. If you go to the bank right now, they're not going to show you $10,000 in physical bills so that you can touch it. They're going to show you $10,000 in ones and zeros on a black and green screen, aka your money is digital. If you're using a debit or a credit card, your money is digital. You've been using the mark of the beast for the longest time possible if we want to go to that fullest extent. So like I said, I'm not trying to play, all of those games. What I'm trying to get Black people to understand is get out of that fear, because you already got that mark. It is what it is. It is what it is. So like I said before, if you feel that your faith is strong enough, then whatever it is that you're using, it don't matter, because you know your true allegiance. You know exactly who you align with, right? So now that that is directly out of the way, the main thing that I'm saying this about digital currency, which it was going to go this way anyway for the longest time possible. Everything evolves, everything has to transfer, everything has to move on from what it used to be, right? You have a lot of things transpiring with the internet. It's the same exact thing that they did with either previous monies. Matter of fact, I'm not even going to go with previous money. This is the same thing that they did with businesses. Let's just look at it that way, right? Remember how at one point in time, whenever we wanted to go for stuff, everything was brick and mortar, right? Everything was brick and mortar. But then it came down to the point of, all right, we got to transition because, we got this brand new thing called the internet, And this is in a sense where everybody is. This is the bee's knees. A lot of people in the 90s, like I said, I'm not sure how old anybody is in here. Y'all are free to drop y'all ages if you want to. If you don't, I understand. What I'm saying is there was a lot of people in the 90s that was like, oh, the internet is a fad. It's a flash in a pan. This is just something some young people cooked up. It's not going to mean anything. Brick and mortar is always going to be forever. It's been tried and true and yada yada yada. What's been happening with that since the 90s? Brick and mortar has been, in a sense, dying, slowly dying. Okay, let me see. Carbon said 58 years. All right, so you've been here on this plane of existence long enough to see the transition of a lot of technologies, of a lot of cultures, of a lot of, did I say technologies? I probably did say I probably said it twice, but anyways, y'all know what I'm saying. Y'all been here long enough to basically see. Matter of fact, even music, right? Music is not even the same of what it used to be. It's not the same vibration. It's not the same frequency. It's not the same beats. It's not the same lyrics, right? Everything transitions. Everything moves with the times. Everything has to evolve, whether we like it or not. So this is the same thing that is happening with currencies. Things are going to end up becoming digital. It is inevitable. It happened in the 90s when we saw the dot-com era and the rise of the internet. So then after we did that, we see where the internet is now. Now money is going to move the exact same way. So the main thing is you just have to, in a sense, be smart enough to be like, all right, I'm not just going to have all of my currency digital. See, this is the other thing too. This is another reason why it is that um, they, in a sense, don't want to give, that form of uh, reparations, right? And that's all due to the fact that they know that you'll have some black people that'll be like, you know what, instead of just trying to put my money in this, that, and the third, let me diversify and let me put some of my money directly in gold and silver, in palladium. Let me put them in some real world stuff that always has a type of value, no matter what happens. Precious gold will always have value. It don't matter if the dollar falls. It don't matter if anything else happens. If you have precious metals, you can always trade that for something. That'll always be, up until this earth does not exist, that will always be a currency that you will be able to use to make trades. Like I said before, I brought y'all like another currency. Let me see if I can actually pull that up. Give me a quick second. Let me see that. Let me see. Can I get that coin up here real quick? Uh, I forgot what it was. What was that? Yeah, I could have sworn wasn't that it? I could have sworn we had something called the Amero at one time. I could have sworn, if I remember that coin. Let me see. Let me see if they got the I could have sworn that was the thing. I could have sworn. But anyways, I'm gonna move past. I'm gonna move past that. The thing that I'm stating is that when you have a lot of these digital currencies, you have to make sure that you do a lot of research. And this is the main thing that I told people before. If you happen to invest into anything, make sure you do your research, do your research, do your research, do your research. Don't just jump in and decide to buy up or invest into anything just because everybody else is sitting up there doing it. Always do your research. Read the light papers, the white papers. Read the reason why the coin was made. What is supposed to be the main objective of the coin? What precisely is it supposed to do? Like the real world, value that it's supposed to do. Like, all right, it's going to, in a sense, lift up or replace the dollar, or it's supposed to be side by side, tethered directly to the dollar, or what have you, right? Make sure you look into all of that. Don't just put money into whatever coin that you think or see that is directly hot. Carvin said they're planning to bring the CBDC online after this coming economic crisis. I'm not too surprised. They didn't have a choice. They didn't have a choice in the matter. Because at the end of the day, the United States government already knows where the American dollar is going, where it's been heading. This is because it is not backed by any type of precious metal. It's not. It's not. We don't have how much debt do we have? What are we, 30, 60? We got some ridiculous amount of debt. Like I said, we got debt. We got debt. But again, the main thing that I like to tell people is that they make debt and they can erase debt. So figure that one out. Figure that one out right there. Like I said, you say that we in debt, but we continuously printing off money, and we ain't doing nothing to realistically, fix that debt or to make that debt come down. We ain't doing nothing. So in a sense, this is going to be debt that generations on generations on generations of kids are in a sense going to have to sit up there and deal with, which is ridiculous. And this is debt that was like carried on from generations before us. So the main thing that I'm telling people, let me see, digitally mastered. Sea Thrower said, this is wisdom, the brother is speaking. XRP is the underlying tech for the new banking system. Should replace the SWIFT system. Yeah. XRP is one of those. They've been in battles with the SEC for some years now because they wanted to try to I forgot what was the precise word. Would it be commodity? Somebody can correct me directly in the in the chat. But the SEC wanted to consider it a certain type of thing, which they're like, okay, well, if you're considered this, whatever the title is, then you need to be looked at. We need to know where all of the money is going and coming directly into. If that is the case, we really can't have people, in a sense, buying, this currency because of this is how we view it. Thank you. Security. Thank you, Jerry C. Thank you. The SEC considers XRP as a security. And because of that, okay. So let me go back just a little bit because I was here during that time in cryptocurrency. I held some XRP during that time. So what ended up taking place was people were able to buy it, right? XRP was, in a sense, doing pretty well. They had a lot of great news coming out. They were going to be coming out with a variety of things. I think at one point in time, they were working on a wallet and some other things. Like I said, they had some real world applications that they were going to do, right? The same thing that we've seen with Bitcoin and Litecoin, real world applications. You can use Bitcoin to buy a house. You could use Litecoin, in Japan somewhere, right? You can use Bitcoin to buy a Lambo or whatever it was, right? You can use it, right? A real world application. XRP was going to do that exact same thing. And XRP was going to try to make the move to, in a sense, can I say, in a sense, sort of be like a bank? I guess I'll put it that way, right? It's almost I'll put it to you like it's almost in the same vein as the reason why you had government entities did not wanting Facebook to come up with their own cryptocurrency. The governments, the powers that be, didn't want Facebook coming up with its own cryptocurrency because they felt, and I think it was called Libra. They didn't want them doing that because they felt that that would make them too powerful. They were like, "Yo, Facebook is already amassed so much money and so much power already. They already have the general public. They can, swap opinions and do a variety of things. We cannot allow them to have a currency in which their billions of people are, in a sense, pouring money directly into, and they have control over it, right? Because the whole thing, like, let me go back to what that comment. Jerry C said they want control over stablecoins and off ramps of exercise crypto. That is the main key point. The government wants control over every single thing. If you right now are able to make money off of cryptocurrency, they want to be able to take some of that money. But then again, you got to ask yourself, right? You got your paycheck. They already tax you on everything that you pretty much do except for breathing air, right? So your money already been taxed. So that's all your money. So then you decide to be smart enough to invest it into something else. You did your research, or maybe you lucked up, right? You did your research and you lucked up. Either or. And then you ended up, let's say you got like 20 or 100 grand. The government is like, "Oh, sir, we heard that you just recently came into some amount of money, and you didn't claim, you didn't tell us about that. Why is that? Where specifically did that money come from? How did you get that money? Oh, that's how we got some old archaic laws that really aren't up to date on cryptocurrency or digital currency, at this moment in time. But we're going to need to take the lion's share, of that money that we didn't have any part of, but we're going to need that. We're not going to tell you what we're going to do with it. We're not going to tell you where we're going to spend that money, but just know that we need that money. And if you come into any more money, make sure you tell us that. And if not, we're going to throw you in jail or prison." That's what they do. That's what they do. Because during the time, for a lot of people that weren't in cryptocurrency, this is one of the main stories that I talked about before. Around the time of, I say, like 2017 to roughly 2019, in those timelines, go back and look at news reports. The United States government was literally trying to scare the American people from being into cryptocurrency because it was growing at such a very fast rate, and people weren't trying to spend and put money back into the system. They were losing money instead of gaining money, right? Because their whole main thing is, as long as we're gaining money, the government, we're completely fine. As long as the American people ain't saving and losing money, we're completely fine. The moment in time that the American people decide that, hey, I want to hold on to my money, I want to diversify my money, I want to make more money, so that I don't really have to be dependent on the system and I don't have to depend on you. That's when the United States government is like, hold on, wait a minute, whoa. You're trying to be independent of us? You're trying to make your own money? You're trying to get free from the system. We ain't about to have that. Pay attention. The United States government tells you that they want to be there to help, but they don't want to enable you to be dependent. But the moment in time that you try to get free from the system, they're like, "Oh no, you're not getting free from that. No. You're dependent on us. We give you your job, we give you your food, we give you your lights, we give you your electricity. We pretty much almost give you the air that you breathe. You're not ever going to be dependent from us, independent from us. You're going to always be dependent on us, and we're going to make sure of that, even if we have to crash this economy, even if we got to keep continuously taking away jobs." And let me go back into that one. Back during the early 2000s, the government was just doing that. They were allowing these big corporations, these tax exempt corporations, to basically pull their jobs out of America and to outsource and put jobs and factories directly into all of these countries. Therefore, enabling the American people to be even more dependent on the government. But nobody wants to talk about that. Nobody wants to bring that up. Whenever people talk about people, in a sense, being dependent on the government, nobody ever wants to talk about how the government has enabled this to happen by many different steps that they have literally done in front of everybody's face. And like I said before, I think I was in like middle school or high school when I saw a lot of these steps taking place. The economy that we have right now, the jobs that we have right now, I saw all of this take place in the early 2000s, and I did not see adults during that time frame bat an eye when they sat up there and said about roughly 1 to 2, if not 5% of jobs, of American jobs, are outsourced overseas. Now, pretty much a greater portion of that, let's say about 60%, are pretty much outsourced. Whenever I'll put it to you like this, if I ever have an issue, this is to prove the point. If I ever have an issue where I got to call my bank dealing with my card or my account, I get somebody who has an Indian accent. Why is that? If the jobs are not outsourced, why do I call and I get somebody who does not even sound American who is helping me with my bank account? Why is that? But like I said before, people want to talk about mismanagement. People want to, focus on all of these other things, but nobody really wants to focus on the real issues that's taking direct place in front of our own eyes, that they're putting directly in front of us. The main thing that they told people before is what? If you want to hide information, hide it in plain sight. Somebody once stated that the greatest trick ever played was that the devil made the world think that he don't exist. And look at what we're dealing with. Everything is in plain sight. Everything is being told directly to you. But yet, people don't want to pay attention to it. You can look at directly what's going on. Matter of fact, let's just shift it a little bit. Since on the whole workings of the devil, let's shift it to the whole aspect of the schools and the education. I'm not even going to put it to the community that likes to publicize, all of their things that they like to do. I'm not even going to push it that far. I'll put it to this extent. It's funny how you can have books that will teach kids about genders, right? Or different genders, plural, meaning more than two, right? You can have all of those books out there. But the one thing that they're afraid of doing is telling the truth. They don't want to tell the truth about slavery. They don't want to tell the truth about the ugly history of America, which makes up America. Like I said, if things are ugly, you cannot be embarrassed about that ugliness because it got you here today. The only thing that you can do is be honest and embrace that ugliness. The only time that you want to hide something is when you know it's going to make you look bad because you had a hand in it. And that's what America likes to do. They want to hide the truth from their kids because they know that their kids are at the moment in time, they're at a crucial point. Because this is going back to black music. Because black music has always been inclusive. We've never tried to segregate people. It's always been, in a sense, even though it doesn't encompass everybody can literally hear something and take something from it, like, yo, that's me, that's us. Like, I can vibe with this. Like, yo, I'm right here, right? They didn't think that black music was going to turn into something that was literally going to be a part of everybody's lives. You can hear black music over American black music. You can hear that over in Africa. You can hear it in the islands. You can hear it in South America. You can hear it in Russia. You can hear it in a lot of these in like Norwegian countries or areas or whatnot. You can hear it in Australia. You can hear it in Taiwan, China, Vietnam, Fiji, Bora Bora. You can go all over the world and you can sit up there and hear rap. So because black music has such a broad expanse of touch and it's everywhere, now it's gotten into their kids. And now they don't want to teach the ugly history about what it is that they've agreed with, that they've passed laws on, that their grandparents, their great grandpappies were a part of. They don't want to teach that because that's going to make them seem like liars. That's going to make their kids look at them like, yo, y'all said that, yo, this wasn't factual. Y'all said this didn't exist. Y'all said that y'all ain't even had no parts of this. It's like, yo, I'm a part of this culture. I love black people. I got black friends. It's like, I listen to black music. And it's like, how can I sit up there and love y'all and side with y'all if y'all lying about what it is that y'all did to black people. This is why they don't want to put that information out there, because they know at a moment in time that they do, that the younger generation of white kids out here would be directly on the side with black people, against their parents, against their grandparents, against the United States. They don't want that to happen. And even putting that back to a further extent, pre-Europe, if my knowledge, and somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, because I might have, it's possible to have some stuff jumbled up sometimes. But from something that I remember that I read before, or maybe it might have been a documentary somewhere on a History Channel, whatever. But pre-Europe, you had black and Europeans there, and they were about to go against the powers that be, the kings and the queens that were there. They were about to have some type of an uprising because things were taking place that was happening to both of them. It was like, yo, we ain't about to be doing this. We're all in the exact same mud hole. We're all exactly going through, rats, all these diseases, all this other type of stuff. But y'all sitting up here living the high life with these fine clothes and all this other. No, no, no. We ain't about to do this. Right? Like I said, this was before everything took place. So then magically somebody came up with the bright idea of trying to separate those two groups. They were like, oh no, this is a little bit too much. We don't really got the armies or the different things. Matter of fact, I even think some of our armies are directly amongst these people. No, 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 no. We got to come up with a plan here. We got to make sure to calm this down. And then you had Sir Earl of whoever decide to come up with a bright scheme of like, you know what? We can go for the Europeans that look like us. Of course, they're not anything like us, bloodline related. We're all incestuous anyway. My wife is, my first sister, and these are my kids. Matter of fact, her mother is married to her grandfather. Anyways, so what we need to do is we need to have these poor, diseased blood Europeans that we really don't want. We need to allow them to think that they are a little bit better than these what do we call these? We're not going to use blacks. Then the dark ones here. We have to make them feel that they're just a little bit better. Doesn't matter if we have to pay them a little bit more, give them a little bit more clean water. Doesn't matter if we have to, put up their title just a little bit. They're not going to be close to us because we're incestuous in nature. They can never be us. But we're going to put them up so much that they'll look down on everybody else that is not on the same level. And here we are today. And that exact same thing, somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, right? But the exact same thing took place in the United States, and that was stated by a governor. Didn't it take place in Georgia? I forgot. I did a video on it. It was somewhere down south. It was a Caucasian male that, in a sense, said the exact same things that I told you guys. Where if you were to just give the poorest whites just a little bit of something to allow them to think or feel that they are better than black people, that's all you need. I'm paraphrasing. I'm paraphrasing now. But that is something that did take place, and that was something that was actually stated. And here we are right now, where you have the main reflective majority, who are the middle class. And I'm going to remind people, my mom was saying for the longest time since the 90s, like, yo, the government is working on erasing the middle class. And pretty much that is what's taking place. And she was like, yo, during your time, what's going to happen is that you'll see the erasure of the middle class, and there's going to be very little of it left. So it's going to be the poor versus the rich. And that's basically what you are seeing at this moment in time. This is another reason why they didn't want to hand out a lot of stimulus checks. This is a lot of reasons why they don't want to help out the quote unquote the American public. This is why they put out so many different things trying to make sure that people are either this way or that way and not just walking directly in the middle. Because they know if it came to a point in time where a lot of people came together and it was like, yo, we see what y'all doing, that's when it's going to be a real problem. Again, I'll go back to what I stated about the Black Panthers. The Black Panthers, regardless on however people feel or the rhetoric that they want to use, the Black Panthers were the main ones that were literally trying to bring everybody together in order to come against the government. And the reason why they did that, and the reason, meaning the government, the reason why the government took out the Black Panthers is because they got too much power, too quickly, and they couldn't control it. Now, if somebody gained power and the government had control of that person, they're completely fine and dandy with it because they control that person. The government is not fine with anything gaining power that they do not have a hold or control of. That's why the Black Panther Party was also taken out. So, like I said before, and also pay attention, we're the United States of America, but within these United States, we have different laws. So how could the states be united if we're not all following the exact same laws and codes? That doesn't make any type of sense. Shouldn't every single state have a broad brush of codes? Just saying. So how can we should be actually the divided states of America? Realistically, if we look by the laws and look by the codes, everybody don't follow the same laws and codes. We saw that during the pandemic when the president of the United States basically said, like, yo, these are the mandates. This is what you need to follow. What did the states sit up there and do? They were like, oh, we're not following this. You don't run this over here. You can say that for the rest of the country. You ain't running my state. And that's what they told the United States. That's what they told the president. And we saw that happen. Isn't that an act of defiancy? Isn't that an act of disrespect? I could have sworn if black people were to say something like that, they would try to say that black people are anti-American. But when it comes to a different ethnicity and a face deciding to do this, now people want to sit up there and say, oh, this is American. That's right, brother. You have your rights to sit up there and stand up for us. Yeah, brother, speak that truth. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? That's quite amazing out here in these streets. That is quite amazing. My bad. I've been running my mouth. I ain't been reading the comments, my bad. That's why the term is under the code critical race theory. That's bars. They don't want unity. That is facts. Yo, Mr. Durant, what is up? What is up? What is up? What is going on? Um, I want to say it looks like the way that it looks like your name is, it's like Mackendall. If I pronounced it right. If I mispronounced it, my apologies. Max said, just to clarify, your president's promised money that the people of Africa will never see. Biden brought together dictators uh, that Westerners support to better take advantage of the continent's wealth. Oh no, 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 no! Trust me. I already know and understand that the people who are ruling directly in a lot of those areas, yeah, I get it. But like I said, you can't tell another group of people nothing. I'm not going to sit up there. Never in my life. This is what I do. This is the respect that I have for the African people. This is the love that I have for the African people. I'm in my own house. I don't expect them to try to tell me how it is that I should live in my house and what it is that I should do. I'm not going to tell them what it is that they should vote on or who it is that they should have ruling over them. If these are the people that they selectively picked and put directly into office, then God bless them. Glory to the winner. Godspeed. Like I said, I would never go over to their countries and be like, yo, man, you need to get this dude out of. I ain't doing that. Like I said, I'm just gonna move the way I move. I'm like, oh, that's who y'all got? No, more power to him. More power to that dude in office. You do you. You do you. Do you? Like I said, I just be over there enjoying the culture. I be over there enjoying the food. That's it. That is it. And if there are any type of like Africans over there that's like, yo, man, I heard, you're American, da da da. If you want to do a business venture, you want to work together, that's cool. I have no problem sitting up there doing that. Like I said, I don't have a problem with everybody over there in Africa. I just have problems with the sections that decide that they want to speak badly on Black Americans. That's just like I said, we're gonna have a disagreement. We're gonna have agree to disagree. That's it. That's it. Max said, ask yourself the question for Mali. Burkina Faso and Sudan are not invited because the leaders of these countries are patriots who defend their people and know that Africa does not need a West. That is true. Because at this moment in time, like I said, as a whole, I love the African nation. I really do, to my core. I really do. Looking over the disrespect that has been taking place and been stated online, I'm looking at it as a whole, and it's a shame to basically see the continent being so divided and, in a sense, being taken over either internally or externally by a multitude of forces working against the people. It's a shame. And if something could be done, that'd be great. Because at this moment in time, it's the African people aren't realistically free. It's a false sense of being free because you have people that look like you, that are there. But behind all of that, you still got the treaties, and this is why they still say that the sun. What does it say? The sun never goes down on the British Empire, and that's because they own land everywhere. Wherever the sun touches, that's them. And wherever the sun touches on Africa, that's the European, that's the British Empire. So, like I said before, I hope one day that the continent of Africa, they wake up and they're like, yo, enough is enough. That'd be a dope time. That would be a very, very dope time. Max said, we African people of the continent, I speak of those who are aware of the realities, are next to our Black American brothers and sisters. We know the difficulties that Blacks live in the United States. Much love and appreciation. That's all. Like I said, I don't got a problem with everybody. It's just a segment that is the utmost vocal online. Like I said, I know that doesn't, represent the vast majority of the billions that are there directly on, that continent. A lot of people on the continent probably ain't even worried about Black Americans. It's not even in their vernacular to even be like, speaking on what it is that we even doing, because they're worried about, their own place. They're worried about their tribe and all these other types of things. So, like I said, much love and appreciation and respect to you and yours. Jerry C said, I didn't know they excluded those African nations. I did not know either. Like I said, this is why I love having live streams, because I just learned something new. I learned something new. I would literally have to sit down and research that. Max said, one of Sudan is not invited. Matter of fact, I do got a brother that I know that is Sudanese. I do have a brother that is Sudanese. But the brother's he's in Canada at the moment, though. I might have to ask him about that if he's up on us. Sea Thrower said President Lyndon B. Johnson said that about convincing a white man that he is better than a black man. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Because I was like, I could have sworn, but I think Sea Thrower, I could have sworn, wasn't it Wallace? Was it George Wallace? I forgot. It was a Caucasian man that was down south. I swear he was like the governor or something like that. He also said the exact same thing as well. I cannot remember this dude's name. I swear to goodness, on my original platform, I did a video and I had the quote directly from him. Oh my goodness, this is why I hate that some of the videos are so long ago, because a lot of information that I put in videos, I just randomly put them in videos. I don't really have them by name, which sucks, because sometimes I go on tangents and I'm like, yo, let me just put this random bit of information in here just because I'm on this tangent. That's too many hours of video to look through just to try to just to try to get the information, man. Jerry C said, our gov is too old, needs some young representatives. They should have term limits. They should have that in Congress. Matter of fact, I put it like this. In general, when it comes to government, that should be the standard. You should not have these old men, 78, having 3 different strokes, having, two different stents in their heart, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, failing kidneys, going through skin melanoma. Yo, no, 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 no. Put somebody in there that we can actually see age. I don't want to see somebody that's already seen the last time Moses was on a boat. I ain't trying to do that. It don't make sense. It don't make sense. Some of these dudes were around since the first coming of Christ. It don't make sense. Like, why are you still here? Go to Florida and retire. You're not even doing nothing. All you got is papers on your desk and you just flip through it and it's like, okay, yay or nay. That's it. You ain't doing nothing. It's like, yo, it's madness out here, man. It is madness. Thrower says Seji trying to cop one of them hoodies with the multicolored lion. That's fire, but it's sold out. Wait, it's sold out. What? Hold on, wait a minute. I'm a little bit confused. Hold on. Now I gotta go check. Wait a minute, sold out. That don't even make no sense. Wait, was it hold on, let me see something. Let me see. Let me look at the let me see this. You said it was sold. Sold out. Oh, let me see something. Trying to find. You said the multicolored. Oh. I think I know which one you're talking about too. Um, Let me go back. Where is it at? And that should have came in a. Right. Okay, that's the one right there. That's a classic pullover. Wait a minute. Um, is that the URL? Let me see if I can find. Let me see. Go to the home. Hold on, I got you. Do. Oh, they got upgrades. I ain't been on here in such a long time. I gotta go to the actual store here. It's been a minute since I actually navigated this. Let me tell you. I technically almost forgot about the store. Nobody's actually been here for a minute. Let me tell you. Let me see if I can. No, that bad boy is still there. Is there a way I can link this? Where's the link to this? Is this the URL? Do I think I gotta put it on the YouTube. What's the name? Right. So this is at. I gotta make sure I spell your name correct. Um. So that's the link to. It should be clickable. Yeah. It is. Okay. Let me see. Let me just click on it to see if that works. Yeah. All right. So that's the. I'm not sure why it showed up sold out on your end, which that doesn't even make any type of sense. That's completely crazy. But that's the link right there for it. So that bad boy got green. What colors we got up in here? Yeah, we got the black, green, red, purple, and the orange. Those are the main colors directly for the hoodie directly up there. I forgot, let me tell you something. You just reminded me technically about the store due to the fact that I ain't had nobody roll up to that store in some time. I was there just started focusing on, other stuff. When I was like, all right, well, you know, people ain't, really into it. I'm like, no problem. It'll just be up there. Um, but also, much love and appreciation. Sea Thrower. Max said, we are next to our American brothers and sisters. Oh, okay. I read that one. You read that one. You gotta scroll down. Yo, Yvette, what is up? What is up? What is up? Much love and appreciation. What is up? What is up? What is up? Mr. Randolph, you're laughing. Jerry said, LOL, gotta avoid talking politics when overseas. Yeah. That too. Um, like I said before, my main thing is Anytime I just so happen to move, you just make stuff about business. Just try to collaborate with people, try to form, friendships, business ships, with people, symbiotic relationships, just do that, you know. Um, Yo, Don P, what is up? 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 PG said each one teach one. That's bars. That is bars. Yo, Child of Light, what is up, man? What is going on? Hey, there we go. Hold on. If you can convince the lowest white man that he is better than the lowest colored man, he won't notice you picking his pockets. Hell, give him someone to look down on and he'll empty his pockets for you. That is bars. That is that quote right there. That is that quote right there. That is the one right there. And like I said, this dude, he said it out in the open. Out in the open, and they didn't care. They just wanted to know that they were better. That's it. That's it. Jerry C said, I didn't think of that. At PG, they have masters that are slaves too. That's bars. C Thrower said the youngsters have the vision and the energy. They just need to be put in a position. But most old heads want to hold on and be in the front without grooming team leaders. Yeah, that's facts. Like I said, I don't got time for that. I'm not even up there in age. And it's like my main thing is like anybody younger than me, it's like I want you to get all the information that I got right now. So you can like have like a head start. You could be like 16, 17, 18. Let me throw you this whole book so you can like read up on this. So, by the time you turn, let's say like 18, 19, 20, all that information that you just read on top of your own life experiences, you can basically have that culminate into something great. You can be in a way better position. You can be making way better moves and choices. You can more than likely probably see the future further than I can sit up there and see it right now. That's where I want a lot of, the young men out here to be. That's what I want them to be able to do. Right? Jerry C said, yep, they hoard power and give way to corruption. That's facts. That is facts. C Throw said, yeah, it's working now. Yeah, like I said, I don't know what's been taking place, because I promise you this, I've been putting some of the same links directly up because I got like stuff from like previous videos, so it just like, that's how it works. And I promise you, like, it comes to the point where I really feel like YouTube really ain't been showing people stuff that I post. And I'm like, you mean to tell me that I can get views on the old channel? People still ain't seeing links. I got people on this channel still ain't seeing links. I'm like, oh, I'm like, okay, all right, YouTube, no problem, no problem, no problem. Like I said, the funniest thing is, let me tell y'all something. Going back to what I was stating earlier about how it is that they, control, who it is that people are able to see these live streams. This is why I'm just appreciative that, some of y'all who roll through just roll through, because I know and understand that I got, stuff working against me, and that, putting depending on notifications and all these other types of things, no matter if I have brand new subscribers to the platform, it just ain't going to work out because they don't want it to work. This is another reason why you don't underneath the channel. Normally, if you have a channel for so long and you fit the criteria, you can put your store, your clothing store, directly underneath your video so that y'all be able to see it. YouTube decided that they don't want me to do that. I know a lot of other content creators that have it directly underneath their videos. That makes it easier for people to, decide if they want to buy some clothes or not. YouTube is like, nah, we ain't doing that. We're not going to allow you to do that. And there was a time I told y'all about before that I went through the background, and I told YouTube like, hey, I was wondering if y'all could look into, why it is that I can't have the store directly associated with my channel underneath my videos. And they didn't really get back to me. All I know is about a few days later to like a week later, YouTube magically came through and they hit my channel with some BS. And I'm like, so y'all did this because I inquired on why it is that something that y'all stated that we should be able to do that y'all didn't enable on my channel? And I'm like, oh, okay, no problem. So I'm not even gonna bother again. I'm not even gonna sit up there and like ask y'all a question because I see the type of time that y'all on. No problem. No problem. They could have sent a message saying that, hey, you got some content on the shirts that it's not really suitable for YouTube as a platform. Yeah, they could have wrote that letter. I'm like, oh, okay, if that's the problem, let me just go through, let me shift some stuff around, and then let me redo this to see what y'all have to say then. But that's not what they wanted to do. So this is why I have to just have links, because YouTube don't want to allow those out there to potentially gain a following, gain anything outside of YouTube by way of using YouTube as a platform that it is. Like I said, this is what YouTube is supposed to be used for. Let me explain something to y'all just real quick. YouTube is owned by Google, right? It's separate, but it's the same at the same time. It's like for a lot of y'all that don't know, let me just say it like this. Does anybody know what Aldi is? The market Aldi? You know? If you know what Aldi is, let me know if you also know what Trader Joe is. What I ended up finding out by watching a short video, like I said, I like to watch a lot of different videos about a variety of stuff, right? I found out that the people who basically own Trader Joe and the people who own Aldi, they're all one and the same. So it's the same exact thing when it deals with Google and YouTube. It's all one and the same. YouTube is just a giant ad platform. That's all it is. It's a giant ad platform that was made fun so that people can come here, spend time, look at ads, look at commercials, buy products so that Google can make money directly off of it. Google makes its own money separately, YouTube makes its own money separately, but it's all a part of the exact same coin. That's all it is. That's all it is. Yo, Zaire, what is up? What is up? What is up? Zaire said, "What is up with you? Great SEIJIHITO, the second coming." Nothing much. Just sitting up here talking about a variety of things. That's it. That's mostly it. Just talking about a variety of things, and just trying to figure out some stuff. Because now that C actually listed something, I might have to just switch some stuff around, because it's a little bit insane how stuff tends to work out. I know what I'm probably gonna have to do. I know what I'm probably going to have to do. So I'm going to do that within the next. I'm not even going to say that. I'll just do it, and I'll let y'all know when I just so happen to do it. But anyways, I said this wasn't going to be a long one, which it technically it wasn't even supposed to be. Also, I would have. I'm not sure if any of y'all are actually a part of the original channel. I would have actually posted a video. I mean, posted a live stream by way of that as well, but couldn't do that because YouTube decided to try to hit me on a video from like 2019. Like I said, their favorite year to go back to try to hit people for videos is 2019. If they can't really find a video in 2019, then they're not going to really try to hit you with nothing. So that's why I wasn't doing a live stream by way of the second platform as well. So again, my apologies. I can't tell you what YouTube is going to decide to do, how it is that they're going to try to change the rules, what it is that they're going to say is against community this or community that. I don't know what to tell y'all. I just try my best to stay within the guidelines. Zaire said, PG said, thanks for the live. No problem, no problem. Zaire said, I tried for my license on the 30th of this month. Also being 18 hasn't changed that much. I still feel like myself. Hey, that's how it is. Like I say, you're young. That's a beautiful thing. You got a world in front of you, a world in front of you at this moment in time. This is the main thing I tell you. Because you are so young and you got so much in front of you, like I said, the future is going to be vastly different. Everything that I'm talking about, cryptocurrency now, that is going to be your future tomorrow. That's how that's going to work. So the main thing for you to do is to go out here, learn as much information that you can do on Web3, learn about cryptocurrency, learn about the blockchain, learn about all of those changes. Because the main thing that I try to tell a lot of adults, who some of which don't want to listen because they're hard headed, I try to tell a lot of adults about the changes that are taking place so that they know what's coming, so that they can get prepared, so that they can educate themselves. But a lot of adults out here are too pig-headed to want to actually take on that information. So because you are the younger generation, y'all going to be the ones in a sense taking care of us, passing a lot of these laws, regulations, being in office, all this other type of stuff. Y'all going to be the ones that are going to have control over what the future is going to be. So my main thing as somebody who is older, who has been here a little bit longer than you, is to try to let you know the things that are coming so that you can prepare yourself, so that you'll be a part of that section of your era that's going to be the best fit to spearhead a lot of that change, to push a lot of those things forward in order to actually progress a lot of great changes, to progress a lot of great things to come in. Because a lot of old people, they don't like change. And that's some of the stuff that you're going to have to fight with. A lot of old people, you can listen, you can hear old people talk about music. They'll be like, yo, I don't like this new music here, da da da. I get it. That's cool. But again, for the old people, the music ain't for you to like. You got your music. This music is for the younger generation. It's that transition, right? So that's my main thing there. And we got Pink directly in here saying she's about to get that pistol permit on the 12th. Congratulations. Feliz Navidad, even though that's probably not used for that. Merry Christmas. That is dope. That is awesome. Like I said, I love it. I love it. Like I said, this is the one main thing that I was speaking on when I do a lot of videos when it deals with like black women. I'm like, yo, I want y'all out here to go get y'all license to carry. I want y'all to go get self-defense training because, like I said before, I believe that black men can do a lot of things. I do believe that black men can protect black women. But at the same time, I'm not going to be stupid enough to think that every black man is going to be enough to protect every single black woman. There is more of a black female population out here than black men. So it is damn near impossible for all black men to literally go out here and to protect every single black woman and young black girl. So, like I said, my thing as a black man is like, yeah, all right, I can sit up there and protect the ones that I can protect. But if I can't, my job is to sit up there and give that knowledge to black women who might not have a black man in their life to sit up there and do so. They might not have it for a variety of reasons. So, like I said before, I'm proud of you for getting your license. I very much hope that other black women will also do the exact same thing. And yo, Pink, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. The craziest, because I was about to end this live stream, but I have to sit up there and go on a rant about this. The video that I listed, the video that I put up. Hold on, let me just put this up here because I wanna give a reference because I want people to understand and know what it is that I'm talking about. There was a video that I had put up. Give me a second because I'm trying to talk and do this at the same time. There was a video that I specifically put out there to black women. And I was like, yo, black women, y'all need to be very careful. And I'm like, yo, you got guys out here that, in a sense, mean y'all harm, that's trying to do a variety of things, directly to you. And, I want y'all to be safe. I want y'all to be careful. And I want y'all to, be able to protect yourselves. And underneath that video, I started getting a whole bunch of flack from people who are not even black women. And I'm like, where do y'all come from? Where do y'all come from? I'm like, how is it possible that I'm telling black women, my women, not meaning a possessive like I own black women, but I'm talking about my own women, the people that I'm a part of, the women that gave birth to me. I'm sitting up there telling them like, yo, look out. Right? This is a black man looking out for black women, like, yo, look out. Like, yo, this is what's going on. This is what's happening. They're not really, trying to mention this. They're not really trying to talk about this. And I'm getting a lot of comments underneath the comment section from a whole bunch of people. Oh, this isn't just about, black women. This is about all women. Why does it just have to be about black women? Let me just put this up here, this image up here for reference. This is the video right here. This is the video right here. And I specifically sat up here and did this video because I wanted black women to understand, like, yo, regardless of whatever issues that black men and black women basically have, know this for a fact. You have individuals out here that know that there is a divide here, and that divide is only getting greater by the second, and they're working to further that divide by way of social media, by way of commercials, by way of the movies, by way of the conversations that go on online. They're working on all of that, so that when they decide to show themselves, you're going to think that they're the good guys when realistically they're not. They're the main ones that you should be sitting up here looking at, because the whole world has you looking at black men as the enemy, as the go-to for everything evil. And there's so many people in that comment section that wanted to come through and wanted to shift the narrative. Oh no, start talking about black men and what it is that y'all do to us. And then people want to start listing stories. Oh, I'm a black woman and these 19 black men did this to me. I'm a black woman and these 4 black men did this to me. I'm a black woman and these 2 black men, these are experiences I had with. I'm like, yo, ma'am, I'm a black man and I had nothing to do with those experiences. You're telling me about those experiences and expect me to do something about it. You're listening to complaint. And you're telling me this complaint. I can't do anything about your history and your experiences with those black men. I can't do anything about that. Like I said, I am not God. I am not the creator. I cannot change that. I cannot Thanos snap that away. The main focus that I'm sitting up there telling black women is, yo, I love you. I care about you. Be safe out there and be on the lookout for individuals who don't look like us, who mean you harm and who are trying to do stuff. That's it. And it's like the craziest part, I actually got like a video I'm probably going to do about it. The craziest part about it is that I can't even tell you, I can't even gauge the positive comments from the negative comments because it's almost equal. It's craziness. I even had some women roll up in there trying to tell me that I enabled these actions to take place. That I, as a black man, it is partly my fault. I'm like, where do y'all come from with this type of logic? Where? Like I said, the moment in time that I decide to show forth and put forth any type of like love towards like black women, this is the type of resistance that I normally get. This is the type of resistance that I normally get. And it's 1,000% crazy. It is 100 like, yo, it's crazy. But like I said, and no, black to black, no, you're right. It is no accountability. You are 100% right. But this is the other thing that I had an issue with too. I had groups of the black men who have also been on this platform stating a whole bunch of like negative and hate-filled comments underneath videos. I continuously see those comments, but I leave those up there just for example. I leave them up there just for an example. But they come through and they leave comments directly on videos. And a lot of these comments be uncalled for and outlandish. I'm like, yo, you talking real crazy. And the main thing that I sat up there and told, I'll probably do another live stream on it. But the main thing I sat up there and told both groups of black men and black women, I'm like, yo, y'all need some healing. Y'all need some therapy. Whoever sat up there and hurt y'all need to go sit up there and talk to them. Because I done told y'all a multitude of times, I've had my instances where I've been hurt by the young black women that, I was seeing or dating during that time, and other black women. But I'm not about to sit up here and try to pour a whole bunch of hate because of what those black women that I dated or I was with decided to sit up there and do. I ain't about to do that. I ain't about to classify every single black woman as that. That's crazy. And that's the main thing I be trying to tell these guys out here. Stop doing that. That's the main thing I be trying to tell these black women out here. Stop doing that. But like I said, nobody wants to pay attention to that message. Nobody wants to pay attention to that message. And I told people on this platform, I'm an equal opportunist. Anybody and everybody can get it. I don't care who you are. And I make sure to put myself up there as an example to show forth a lot of the stuff. I've talked to y'all about some of the relationships that I've been in. Like I said, case in point, at one point in time, I was with a young black woman at the time. She lied and basically said that a child was mine, that it wasn't mine. Had to do DNA tests and all this other type of stuff. I was attached to the child, yada, 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 right? Find out the child wasn't even mine. Yes, that sat up there and hurt. Yes, I felt a certain type of way. Yes, that it was like, yo, the thought processes of how I basically saw black women. Yeah, that started changing. But then I had to sit up there and like look at it. And I'm like, yo, at the end of the day, there was more than likely red flags that I didn't sit up there and look at. There was stuff that I neglected to pay attention to because there was something I specifically wanted out the relationship, or due to the fact that because I was so much in love with that person, I decided to overlook all of those red flags. So like I said, I'm not going to sit up there. Yes, that woman is wrong for doing that and sending me directly through that scary situation I've ever been through in my life. But I was also wrong because I decided not to pay attention to more than likely the glaring signs. I allowed myself to sit up there and be put in that situation to be taken advantage of. That's what honesty, in a sense, looks like. No matter how hurt I am, no matter how much that still carries over into other relationships, to where it is that I don't trust black women, to the reason why I don't want to have kids, because I don't know if it's going to be mine or not. I have to sit up there and at least have some type of honesty and basically state that, yo, I cannot view and deem and say that every black woman is the exact same as that young woman that I was with. That's wrong. But like I said, a lot of people can't be that honest. Like Black to Black said, no accountability. A lot of people don't want to be accountable. So, I probably have like another live stream separately, directly about that one. But, like I said before, no matter what I've ever been through with, young black women in general, or black girls, during the time when I was younger, regardless of whatever it was, like I still love black women at the end of the day. Still love black women at the end of the day. Because that's just how I am. Like that just is what it is. Like I said, I know at the end of the day, ain't no other woman out here going to be able to, in a sense, know and understand what it is that it's like to be black, to be in here in America, having to deal with the history, having to go through everything that, we've had to face and go through, and all these other types of things. Like I said, I already know and understand this. Black to Black said, some of the brothers be pandering hard. Yeah. I done seen so many dudes roll up there and they be like, yo, man, I get that you talking about this, but yo, you got to sit up there and really speak on, how black men be sitting up here treating black women. Bruh, I need you to I keep telling a lot of dudes this, even when it comes to Twitter and IG, I'm like, bruh, I don't know who you see in this comment section that you are attracted to, but ain't nobody about to sleep with you over the comment that you making. Ain't nobody about to do it. It's a difference between being genuine and you just sitting up there saying because you think it's going to get you some clout with some women real easy on social media. I hate that. I hate that to its core. Like I said, look at Derrick Jackson. That's one of the main ones that was pandering to who? Black women. And what did he do? He cheated on his black wife with another black woman. But yet black women gave what? They gave all their money. They were supporting. They were saying how attractive he is, how they wanted to be with him, how they wish they had a man like that. And all along, this dude was sitting up here in videos in front of the house of the woman that he was cheating on his wife with. Like I said, you can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. But like I said, a lot of black women like Derrick Jaxn because he's not going to hold them accountable for anything. He directly made a platform that was just to talk down about black men in general, even though he was the exact same black man that he was talking about. It's the oh my, and he still has a following. It's the craziest thing. It's the craziest thing. Like, yo, I don't understand. I don't understand. Like, yo, I told somebody this before, and this is the guy's honest truth. I can sit up there and be honest with, like, one of my friends, like, you know, they got friends and whatnot, whatever. I'm like, yo, I can sit up there and be honest and say anything, meaning I'm talking about critiquing, holding accountable, and all this stuff, because I don't have an invested interest. I'm not going to lose no sleep. I don't have no bets on the table. So it's like, regardless of whatever truth I tell, like this woman, right? Regardless of whatever I say to her, it is what it is. If you don't like me, if you don't want to associate with me, if you don't consider me this, if you don't consider me that, it is what it is. But no, just I try to look out for you. That's it. Like I said, too many of these dudes out here, they're sitting up there saying a lot of this stuff because they got an invested interest. Because it's like, oh, well, if I say this, you know, she'll probably like me, you know, she probably want to, you know, date me, you know, we could probably get it in. You know, it's all of that. Like I said, they got a bet on the table, and they don't even know if they're going to win that bet. They just literally put $1,000 on the table, shooting craps blindfolded, while they got twisted around 3 times, and they supposed to sit up there and hit a pinata and throw a dart at a target and hit the center, while also trying to sit up there and get the corresponding coordinates to how it is that Mercury and the moon are going to conjoin and align when focusing on the Earth in between the sun, forming some type of eclipse. Like, it don't make sense. It literally does not make sense. But like I said before, this is where we are. This is where we are. You have too many men who are too focused on getting something at the end of the day from women, and they're not spending enough time being focused on their own power and what it is that they can bring forth into this world. And this is why a lot of women, in a sense, control men, because a lot of men allow it. This is why a lot of men are not going to be honest with women, because they feel that that's going to mess up their chances. And I keep trying to tell a lot of men out here, you better look at the numbers. There are more women out here than there are men. I don't understand why you think that your chances are going to be oh so low because you decide to go out here and tell the truth that you're just not going to be able to get nobody. Nah, you'll be able to get somebody. You'll be able to get somebody. You just got to keep looking. But, you know, like I said, man, it's crazy out here. So this is why I'm fine with a lot of the disagreements and or the hate that I be seeing from women whenever I do videos. I'm cool with that. Like I said, I don't got no invested interest. I don't need you to like me. I don't need you to love me. But you want to sit up there and hear what it is that I have to say. If not, you can just clearly block me and leave this platform. It's that simple. I'm a very simple and I'm a very easygoing person. It is not that difficult to sit up there and understand where it is that I'm coming from. It's only difficult if you want to make it difficult. You know, like I said, I done told too many times, I done had to basically tell people like, yo, I love black women, all this other type of stuff. I shouldn't have to do it to the point where it looks like I'm just trying to like pander for, you know, attention. Matter of fact, hold on. Speaking of that, hold up. Let me show y'all a gift that somebody left me, right? Speaking of pandering, let me see if I can find that comment real quick. Let me get that. Like I said, I'll be getting a lot of stuff. Um, let me see. Where did you go? I gotta try to find this. No, that's not it. Is that one it? Is that the one? Yeah. Let me show y'all this comment. Let me hit y'all with this real quick. So this is what happens. This is what it looks like when I, as a black man, decide to make a video trying to tell black women like, yo, I care. This is what I get. Somebody leaves a comment. The rest of the comment don't even matter. This is the one key fact right here. It was like, I'm sorry, but I think that you are using your platform to draw black women for money. Yo, when I tell you that I cannot make, I wish this was a lie. I wish that I could make this up. I wish that this was not even a real thing. But this is the type of stuff that I get. This is the type of stuff that I get. And I just need somebody to make me understand. What now? Let me put it like this. When I was going through, when I was first demonetized, I had everybody. It didn't matter where people was from. I had people from all over. They had donated to the platform at that time in order to make sure that I was able to keep going. And still to this day, I am forever grateful and thankful to all of those people that did that. All of those people, like I said, everything that I'm still able to do now is due to what it is that people had donated during that time. Like I said, the computer that I'm on right now, that's due to the fact of people donating and allowing me to continue to do what it is that I am able to sit up here and do. And that was some years ago. That was some years ago dealing with the very first platform. That was back, what was that, like 2018, 2019, somewhere in that time frame. And now we're in 2022, about to be in 2023. Like I said, that's why I would always sit up there and tell y'all that I'm forever grateful and thankful to any and everybody that has donated to this platform. Because if it wasn't for a lot of y'all that supported me, I probably would not even have the second platform right now. I probably wouldn't even have continued. I would have just quit, and I just would have been like, yo, let me just do the standard every day. Let me just do that. Let me just forget about all this. Let me let everybody else just, focus directly, on that. No, Jerry C. I'm not even saying that it's a black woman. That's the thing. I'm not even saying that this is even a black woman that did it. It's just the fact that a person wrote this comment stating that the only reason that I did this video was to get money from black women. Like the funniest thing is I really haven't had people donate to the channel in a very long time. If anything, from that one video that I put out, I had one black woman that donated. So I'm not sure specifically where this person gets their information from, but statistically speaking, the greater majority of the people that watch my platform, over like 70+% are men. So for this individual to try to say that I'm just doing this to try to get money from black women as if I'm pandering, do I look like Derek Jackson? No, I don't. No, I don't. No, I don't. Like if I wanted to, in a sense, like get money or pander to black women, I would, in a sense, be a singer. I would just be doing like some R&B type stuff. I would be curtailing and catering my music specifically towards black women. That's what I would sit up there and do. If I wanted money from black women, I would specifically do music, be either singing songs, rapping, whatever it is, specifically to and towards black women. And I would make sure to have black women in my videos of all different types of colors. Don't matter if it's like if they're going through like the skin pigmentation, like the vitiligo. Don't matter if they're albino. Don't matter if it's like mocha, deep chocolate, whatever it is, brown, don't matter what it is. That's what I would do. If I really wanted to do that, if I wanted to pander, if I wanted to cater to black women, that's what I would do. And that's all I would do. But clearly on this platform, that's not what I'm doing. That's not what I'm doing. I get on every single person. It don't matter your region, race, ethnicity, religion. It don't matter where you are. I get on everybody. But like I said before, people will focus on, what it is that people want to focus on. So if I happen to do videos and the videos that I have coming up are talking about negative behaviors that, revolve around the examples of black women that I'm putting out there, then it is what it is. Like I said, none of these people who want to complain about me doing videos about black women, none of these people, when I was sitting up there shouting on live streams, hollering, getting my blood pressure up, veins sitting up here popping out of my neck and out of the left side of my temple, when I was sitting up there talking about young black boys and black men in the community and what it is that we should be doing, coming together with plans, building, stop killing each other, all this, I ain't see none of these people talking about, oh, don't be generalizing all of our brothers out here and yada, 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 and I'm this and I ain't seen none of that. When I'm holding myself along with the image of black men accountable, I don't get that same mouth. But I always get comments like this when I'm sitting up there aiming things directly at black women. It's crazy. It's crazy. But like I said, it's crazy. These are just some of the comments. Let me see if I can pull up another one real quick for y'all. Let me browse my sections here and showcase something else here. Was that one of them? Let me see that. No, that wasn't one. Did I showcase those? Matter of fact, it's probably gonna be an unmonetized. What's the name? I'm just gonna put them up here. It's whatever it is. I ain't gonna worry about it. It's probably this video is probably already this live stream probably yellow anyway, so it don't even matter at all. Even new. All right, so what we're gonna do here is I gotta transform this, and I need it to be centered. Okay, that's not what I expected. Give me a second. Fit the screen. There we go. There we go. So these are some of the other comments. I can't exactly fit the screen. I'm going to have to kind of do that and do that. All right. So this is some of the other comments that I've gotten, right? One person, man, I hate what the black man has become today. Say, bruh, talk with some authority and matter of factly. I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. I had to block out that word. Probably don't matter now. How in the world we gonna get our point across with all of this treble and ish? Just say what it is like a man. Even though I've been stating what it is like a man for a very long time, even going to the extent of in some of my live streams having to have conversations, break away from the topic, and have conversations with individuals that wanted to start saying nonsense about black women in the comment section. And I keep telling people we ain't doing that because the greater majority of my moderators are black women. We ain't doing that. You ain't about to do that. And my mom also watches this platform. We ain't doing that because, it would be hell and high water if ever a day my mom is in the comment section and a dude decided to roll up and start talking real crazy to her. No, we ain't doing that. You might be seeing me that day. That might be the day I might be sitting up there catching a charge, and I might just be catching my very first case. We ain't doing that. You better say that, for the women in your family. Keep telling people. Another person. How about all women, right? And this is going back to the video that I did, right? All of these comments come from that very first video that I showed y'all, where I was telling black women, protect yourselves, look out for the things that are taking place, right? Another person said, what about other women who are not black? Another person, who was this? Sarah Hutnall, said, black men are being killed, or am I missing something? Black women are running from black men because you hate us. Now, notice how she said that. She said that, right, black men are being killed. I'm not sure what that has to do with the video. But then she wanted to say that black women are running from black men. And it's because of you, meaning me, as a black man, hate us in chasing white women. Or black men are doing the killing of black women themselves. The deflection. Like I said, we can deal with, we're not saying that both things aren't happening. We're just focusing on one at this moment in time. There's a lot of channels that I've told you guys about that I was at one point in time subscribed to. Why am I going to continue to focus on this if there's tons of black women who have way larger platforms than me, who literally encompass and make their whole platform around content dealing with this? It makes no sense for me to be redundant. That's stupid. Why are you acting like you are not noticing this yourself? Why? The Most High said our enemy will come from your own house. Or am I misunderstanding this as well? We are vulnerable because our black men have left us vulnerable and chasing after strange women. And this is when I use comments like this, and I do videos where I talk about divestors. This is why. This is why you don't see me doing a lot of videos going back over comments anymore, because I just add these comments directly to those videos, because I'm just going to show people how stupid a lot of these comments are by using the content of people directly out here. Next person, right, said, this is true and thank you. Ladies, definitely be protecting yourself. Some of us know what's up and our eyes are open. I will add that I personally was attacked on the streets by a black man recently and in the past. Random-ish. So I can't narrow it to race, but men out here wilding. But I digress and move forward to protecting myself and the best I can, cause they are not built the same anymore. This is what I'm talking about. And these are a lot of these comments that I've gotten where magically people want to talk about, like, yeah. You sitting up here doing a very good job, with this content, but use your platform to uplift black women and not to destroy. What? What are you talking about? What are you talking, like, what? What are you like I said, like, yo, the comments that I have gotten, yo, I've literally sat through and I've taken the time and read a lot of these comments. And when I tell you, like, a lot of these comments are crazy, a lot of these comments are crazy. Like, this is why I had to do a video dealing with stats. And a lot of the people that wanted to, talk a whole bunch of stuff about, black men, they not showing up to those videos. Um, like, oh, matter of fact, let me put a Miss Rose up here. Let me put that up here for y'all, right? So she said women have to be careful, period. Yet again, these are people that's trying to all lives matter. They're trying to all lives a conversation. I specifically said black women better pay attention. Let me repeat myself one more time. Black women better pay attention. So you got this woman here all living. All lives matter. All women matter. This conversation. Women have to be careful, period, from all races. It doesn't matter if they're white, black, or Hispanic. I got attacked by a black man, and I've seen other black men attack other black women. So stop making it seem like black men don't or haven't. I don't date outside my race, but I'm not about to be delusional and act like black men don't attack us either. What does that have to do with anything? You literally, a video I specifically geared towards black women, you did a all lives matter to what it is that I'm stating. And this is what I try to tell a lot of y'all. Y'all wonder why it is that a lot of black dudes out here don't be trying to do a lot of videos where, it's specifically, towards black women and everything. This is why. Because we got to deal with all of this nonsense. All of this nonsense, man. Like it is insane. Oh, let me show y'all this classic one right here. I love this one. This one right here. I'm not sure if y'all can act. Oh, let me see if I can. All right. So just in case y'all can't see, let me try to move that over just a little bit. So you already know what type of person this is, right? Her name is Dust Repellent, right? So she said, "Good job, brother, but remember, you are the exception and not the rule. Most black men don't give an ish about black women or children, and in fact, are the biggest threat to them. So which one is it? You tell us. Are you the exception or the rule? That women determine whether or not black men generally hate black women." I calmly told her, and I made a response that she got mad about. I told her that I don't really care what y'all think. I don't care about these brandings or these titles because y'all going to tell me what I am at the end of the day. What if you need somebody to hate, then here I am. It is what it is. I've been saying this for like quite some time now. Like I said, I put the content up there. If you want somebody to hate, there you go. There you go. And I promise you're not going to listen to the whole bits of a lot of the videos that I do because you'll more than likely just get offended by a certain segment which you feel that I'm specifically talking about you, which I'm not. And I sat up there and told her, I'm like, yo, it is what it is. And that's how I'm going to leave it. She got mad. She was like, I should have known. I should have just left well enough alone. Well, if you knew that, in a sense, your backhanded compliment was going to receive a negative response, then you shouldn't have wrote it in the first place. First of all, your name is Dust Repellent. Word? Like we don't know what that's associated or alluding to. Like you got to be kidding me out here. Like I said, I keep telling people I'm not the one. This is not how this works. Like if you think that I'm solely going to like just be like taking words just because you've had your negative experience. Nah, we ain't doing that. Take all of that anger and frustration out onto the black men that have caused you those issues, onto the black men that you selectively decided to have relationships with. Like I said, we're not doing that. I keep telling people that I'm not everybody else out here. If you want to sit up here and have these type of conversations, we can sit up there and do that. I have no problem. I got all day. I got all day, all day, all day. Like I said, it's 1,000% crazy out here. I cover a lot of topics, a variety of things to encompass, whoever's in a sense here, whoever just so happens to watch. No problem, I got you. I'm more than likely got some content for you, or maybe something close to it. We'll find out. You know, like I said, I must be actually hungry at this moment in time. Stomach making noises, but like I said, I did a variety of videos and I showcased. Let me, just in case I might have somebody in the background sitting silently who just came up to the platform and who just subscribed, might be like a woman who might want to state, that black women are harmed every so often. This is a part of a longer version of a video that I did dealing with the statistics that I hear all the time. People can take it with a grain of salt or whatever it is, but this is just one sheet. The number of erasure victims in the United States in 2020 by race, ethnicity, and gender. So we're going to go to where it says female, right? We're going to look at where it says white to the left. White women, 1,904. Black women, 1,400. Hold on, give me a second. Let me just leave these stats up here. Hold on, give me a second. All right, it's cold out there. Let me tell you something. Had to sit up there. Groceries. All right. So, anyways, the main thing I was saying is that my bad for, I think it was probably like a 5 minute break or whatever. Had to sit up there. Groceries. But the main thing I was saying is that you have a lot of the comments that keep continuously saying that, yo, black women were in a sense, losing their lives every, like 4.4 hours, whatever it is, right? Again, that's why I'm out of breath going up and down the stairs. So go back to the main numbers. The number of white women that have basically had their lives taken in 2020, 1,904. Black women, 1,440, right? Like I said, people can take it with a grain of salt. Some people may say that, oh, but you're not adding in the how it's underreported and all this other type of stuff. Let's be real. There are more white women out here in North America than there are black women. There are more black men. There are more white men out here than there are black men. So within proximity, you're going to have more white women that are going to lose their lives versus black women. That's just how that works. But if we're going to talk about a crisis, if we want to be realistic about somebody who is in a sense being killed the most, look at where it says the males. Look at black men. Black men, murders, 8,469. That's an epidemic. That's a crisis. That's a problem. That's a lot. That is a lot. But like I said, when you go to a lot of those YouTube channels, a lot of those platforms, social media platforms where, black women want to talk about these statistics, they're not going to talk about that. They're not going to show you like these types of numbers. They're not going to show you other stats and whatnot, whatever. They're going to give you the things that are in a sense that feel good, in a sense those things that will, give you more of a type of thing that will justify why it is that you feel the way that you feel about black men. And like I said, I'm about putting the stats out there. I'm about everything being open and honest. Nobody's saying that these things don't happen to black women. Nobody's saying that these things do not occur. But I am not about to sit up here and state or try to make it seem as though that black women are just disappearing at an extinction level rate. If anybody's disappearing at an extinction level rate, that's black men. We see that every single day. There's not a news report that goes by where it's not a black man that ended up taking the life of another black man continuously every single day. We've seen it in rap. We've seen it by way of even by like television stories. You see that play out. Like if a black man has a disagreement with somebody in the movie or a television or a book, they always end up killing each other, taking each other's lives, taking multiple black men's lives. Some of y'all got family members who sat up there and lost their lives. There are tons of kids in Chicago that have sat up there and lost their lives. Tons of kids in Detroit that have lost their lives. I've seen it myself growing up in Detroit. But like I said, it is what it is. Some people don't like the truth. Some people do. But anyways, I'm going to go figure out something to eat, and I'm going to end this live stream that technically was supposed to only be about 30 minutes. That ended up being 2 hours and 15 minutes. So love you guys. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for showing up, even though YouTube did not properly give out the notifications, and he still won't give out the notifications. Seems a bit racist, but it is what it is, and we're going to make do with what we got. And stay tuned for any new videos that I might just so happen to put up, and any more live streams I may do as well. So again, peace, love, and respect to. Wait, Ty said, are you streaming a game later? I might stream some on Twitch. I might stream some on Twitch or on YouTube, possibly. I might do that. Have you ended Callisto Protocol? Nah. It's not even procrastination. I just been waking up and just doing videos, roughly. So I ain't even really, in a sense, doing video games in a sense. Oh yeah. I mean, technically, we're roughly the only ones that's technically there, roughly. But anyways, let me sit up here in this live stream, and I'll probably see y'all either on Twitch or I might do it on YouTube on the gaming channel. So I might do it on both. Don't know. End it playing it a second time. Wow, you're playing it for a second time? Wow. Yeah, that's how I know I'm late. All right, I'll talk to y'all later. All right, peace.